everybody. Welcome to Surviving the Badge. Once again, here at the Surviving the Badge bar, having a couple beers and two cops talking cop shit.
Talking cop shit.
Best thing in the world. So what we're going to do tonight is we're going to be talking about the bad side of law enforcement and what happens sometimes out here when you have some scumbags that are wearing a badge. Yeah. And it just pisses me off to no end because we talk about all the good stuff. We ain't afraid to talk about the bad stuff and call scumbags cops, scumbag cops.
Yeah,
we're not afraid to do it.
Absolutely. But before we do that, let's go ahead and talk about our fallen officer moment.
Yep.
So right now we're sitting at 86 officers who have fallen in line of duty. And
as of
November
11/14.
Yeah, 11/14.
Yeah, 11/14.
And I want to talk about one specifically, Dade County Deputy Sheriff Devin Hermilio. He actually got a routine call. There is none. Right. To a traffic crash.
Yep.
Okay. How many of those are you responded to? A million, right?
10 bazillion. Yeah.
So gets there. One of the individuals involved with the crash.
Hey, now I can hear.
Unbeknownst to the deputy, is wanted for like murder out of another state.
Oh, wow.
And they get in a confrontation. This scumbag grabs the deputy's weapon and murders the deputy right there, just responding to a crash. Then the scumbag takes his own life.
New details on the shooting death of a Miami-Dade sheriff's deputy. The sheriff says that shooting was not an ambush. She says Deputy Devin Hermilio got into a fight with a man involved in a minor traffic accident. That man took the deputy's gun and then shot him several times.
And I'm like,
why didn't you just do that in the first place? And let this deputy go home.
Right. Why murder somebody and then kill yourself?
That happens so many times. Like all these people that do these mass shootings in these schools and all, and then they go upstairs or wherever and bam.
Right.
Why didn't you just do that in the first place?
All day long. Yep. Anyway,
I just don't understand it, man.
So please, no matter what the call is, please, please, please be vigilant.
And while we're talking about that, those of you that are not in law enforcement and have never been in law enforcement, and I have a lot of friends that say all the time, man, I don't know if I could do that. You never know what you're walking into. Exactly.
Yep.
You never freaking know. These officers out here, they don't know if tonight is the last time they put that vest and that gun and that badge on and walk out of the house and never walk back in.
Yep.
They don't know, but yet they still do it every day, and all these stops and all these calls. You just never know.
Never know.
So God bless them.
And here is to all of our fallen brothers and sisters.
And their families. God bless. All right, brother.
Our salute moment is brought to you by our sponsor, and here's a word from them.
Contact Mainstreet Realty for all your real estate needs. This power team includes Tom Clem, a veteran Marine and retired law enforcement professional.
Thank you very much, sponsors. We really appreciate you very much making this all possible for us. Thank you.
So I don't know how I stumbled across this article. I thought it would have been big time news, but it seemed to be like just I know with the ICE raids and the government shutdown and the Epstein and everything just taking all the air out of everything.
But you would think.
I know, right?
You would think scumbag cops being arrested and everything else, that would have made national freaking news. I mean, they love to slam the cops when they can, man.
So a few weeks ago, 14 police officers and deputies and actual county sheriffs were arrested for conspiracy by the FBI.
Yep.
Happening, the FBI announcing indictments against 20 people, including 14 current and former Mississippi and Tennessee police officers in a drug-related bribery probe. So prosecutors accuse the officers of providing escort services to drug traffickers in exchange for bribes.
And I'm talking about like the sheriff of the county, two different sheriffs of the county were arrested by the FBI. So according to my research, this started when there was federal complaints that a lot of the officers and deputies and stuff in this specific area were receiving and demanding bribes from people that they arrest.
Guess who made the complaints?
Arrestees, right?
The drug dealers.
Yeah. The drug dealers.
They said, "Hey, man, we're having to pay these cops." What?
Right?
What? Yeah, I think they're looking for lighter sentences.
Yeah,
but
well-
hey, I mean, never trust a rat.
No. So it elevates to the FBI where they actually open an operation on this case.
As they should.
And they set up an undercover operation. You know how this works because you work dope, and I would never want to work dope. I'd get shot the first day. Excuse me, sir. I'd like to buy some cannabis, please.
Yeah. They'd say, "Narc."
Right. Anyway, so these FBI agents, they went undercover as if they were cartel members.
Right.
And they reached out to these deputies and these officers in this area and said, and gave them bribes. Right. The two sheriffs that they bribed, they gave them anywhere between $20,000 and $40,000 to let them operate in their county.
Joyner announcing the indictment of 14 Mississippi law enforcement officers and 6 others. 2 of those indicted sitting sheriffs Milton Gaston of Washington County and Bruce Williams of Humphreys County, all defendants facing federal drug and gun charges.
And then the sheriffs tried to disguise those as campaign contributions.
Yeah. I thought that was pretty damn stupid.
Right.
Which you have to report.
Right. Yeah.
And they didn't.
Yeah. Well, hey, Frank, how do we report this money from the cartel? Well, I don't know, Sheriff. How do you think we should? Hey, can we put it under campaign contribution? Sure. Why not?
Sounds good to me. Sounds good to me. Work for Biden.
Oh my gosh. So all of these deputies and all these officers, there were officers in these counties who were.
Is that how it really went?
Yes, that was the recording. Yeah,
that was the recording.
Yeah.
Is that how?
I replayed.
Hey Joe, is that how it went?
Hey,
is that
Joe,
what they sounded like?
Frank? Yeah.
Hey Joe, how do we do this?
Wait,
hey Joe.
And actually, it's Mississippi. It'd be hey Joe. I can't do. Yeah, Billy Bob.
You're never allowed to do that again, ever.
So the officers who were arrested, they were being paid by the FBI, who were supposed to be cartel members, and they were getting paid to just look away and let these cartel members, I say in quotes because they're their FBI agents, operate in their county, and they were actually providing security. For a lot of these transactions, a lot of the, hey, we've got a big shipment coming in from Mexico through Mississippi to, I don't know, Chicago or whatever. We need security for these shipments.
Prosecutors say the investigation started after drug dealers who were arrested complained about members of law enforcement taking bribes. Those bribes ranged between $20,000 to hundreds of thousands of dollars. Some officers are also accused of transporting drugs. Among those arrested include the Sunflower County Chief Deputy and the Humphreys County Sheriff.
14 current or former law enforcement officers, 6 co-conspirators who are alleged to have sold out the public, promoted crimes that they should have been investigating and stopped, and instead of working to stem the flow of dangerous controlled substances, the evidence will show they took bribes to facilitate the distribution of controlled substances. They betrayed the trust that the public placed in them, disgraced the badge, and undermined the hard work of good law enforcement officers across this state and across the region.
And these officers, now I understand Mississippi probably doesn't pay a lot, but come on, bribes. I mean, this is
doesn't matter.
Yeah. So these 14 officers,
you took the job. You knew what the pay was.
You knew what the pay was.
If you didn't like it,
raise your hand if you were a cop who got into the job for money.
Yeah.
What about you, Billy Bob? Nope.
Yeah.
Nope, y'all.
You notice my hand went down real damn quick.
Yeah.
I started at $6.85 an hour.
Yeah.
In 1985.
Yeah.
Yeah. I qualified for WIC assistance because I had one child and a wife. I qualified for WIC, full-time police officer.
Yeah. My first cop job, I was doing paddy wagon, part-time reserve officer, which they paid reserves a little less. I think it was $6.61 an hour.
Yeah. And that was like a 2 year, 88?
That was 88.
Yeah. So 3 years later. Yeah.
Still
wasn't paying shit.
No. And then I I got my second job with the beach as a beach ranger. I got $1 raise, $7.71 an hour.
Ooh, baby.
Baby.
That's Fat City there.
And then what were we making in Lake Mary? Like 19,000 a year.
Yeah,
like
I
in
think
those.
so.
Yeah. So
Yeah. Yeah, I took a $1,500 a year pay raise to start there after 3 years of my previous.
Yeah.
That's how the
the
difference.
county you worked in at first was just paid the best. Yeah.
Still is.
Yeah. Anyway. So
anyway,
the officers, you're right. The officers know exactly what they're getting into. It's not for the money. They helped transport 25 kilos of cocaine through Mississippi counties into Memphis.
That was on just the one deal.
Yeah, just one deal
with the FBI.
Just one deal.
With the FBI.
Some of the officers provided escort service to protect transportation during the drug proceeds of the drug proceeds.
I think there was a couple troopers.
Was there?
Right, I believe maybe there was at least one trooper involved that was making sure the highway was clear so they could get. I believe.
So they were all arrested. They were on these federal conspiracy charges. The conditions of their bond was they couldn't seek law enforcement positions anywhere else while they were out on bond, and the Mississippi officer standards department was revoking their license so that they could never be cops again. Yeah.
And you know what's bad about this is these officers, not the sheriff and all, because they got obviously more, but the deputies, $5,000.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's nothing.
$5,000
to throw it all away. Man,
you could work 10 overtime shifts. And make that.
Yeah. Overtime, special details.
I just don't get it. 5,000. If it was $500,000, I'd say, ooh, that would be awfully tempting. To anyone. Right. $500,000. But $5,000?
No.
Dude, I would spit in your face for $5,000 if you tried to offer me that over my career.
It just goes to show how embedded this was. It wasn't just out of the blue.
No, it was
because
not.
If it was just out of the blue, most of them would be like, "What?" And they weren't doing this before. And be like, "What?
Get the fuck out of here!
What are you doing?
Yeah, you crooked bastard!"
Right, but this was a systemic issue.
This was an environment.
Yeah, environment. Yeah,
it really was. Right. This was, hey, we're, and they feel him out and they say, yeah, he can probably be one of us, and okay, hey, we're gonna be doing this. What would you think about that? How much is in it? Okay, he's in.
Yeah, exactly.
It
just reminds me of like the 70s in the big cities, with Serpico and all that.
NYPD.
You might get by in the Bronx with that kind of shit. But down here, $800 a month is chicken feed. Last week, one dope dealer sent out these guys making pickups, $40,000 each. We let them collect it all and then hit them. $120,000 split 4 ways. That's serious money.
Chicago, Detroit.
It's crazy.
Where all of them were involved almost.
Imagine a deputy.
Or not all of them. I mean, one big unit. Yeah.
Imagine a deputy who was not on the take and didn't know what was going on. And then all of a sudden the FBI comes in and arrests all your buddies, so-called buddies. And you're like, what the
hell's going on?
What's going on?
I got no more partners.
Yeah. Right.
Good thing.
Yeah. Exactly.
Good thing. Cause your ass would have been dragged in there somehow.
Right. So like LT said, we hate doing these episodes, but they need to be done because, unfortunately, sometimes there is a dark side to the badge.
There is.
And we have no problem shining light on that dark side.
No, because we don't, and we've said it a million times, we don't condone it. We don't agree with it. Now, if it's an iffy up in the air, we're not sure which way it's going to go. We're always going to side with the police officer, always, until it is proven the other way. Because in our bar, it's you're innocent until proven guilty.
Absolutely.
Yes. Always.
Yep.
But
and there's a lot of times when the public opinion has convicted cops and come to find out the cops were not. It was a rush to judgment.
The one up there in Missouri.
Yeah, exactly.
They ruined
hands up,
life.
Don't shoot. Yeah,
yeah.
He couldn't be a cop anymore.
They ruined his life.
Yep.
And he was completely 1,000% justified.
Yep. And ruined his life. Think that that's a real thing.
Yeah, ruined his life.
Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But anyway,
if you guys have any ideas, anything that you want us to talk about whilst you are liking and subscribing, make sure and give us some ideas. And make sure that you do like and subscribe.
because here's a message from one of our big friends.
If you don't subscribe, you're a girly man.
You tell him, Arnie.
All right.
You the man.
Thanks, man.
You
I
the
appreciate
man.
it. All right. I think that wraps it up. And just remember, always at Surviving the Badge.
We still got you 6.
Thank you, sir.